Great, thank you. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for watching. This is Robert from Custodianfile. Okay, what do we have here? We have the LAPD, N228LA, no GPS. What does that mean, no GPS? It means this aircraft is flying with its radio transponder turned off. So if you look on Plane Finder, he will not be there. There's the timestamp. You can go back and verify. You will not see a helicopter over Marina del Rey. Unfortunately, now that's the standard. These choppers, when they're looking for these UAP dragons, they're flying with their GPS off. This video is not about that. These pilots can fly however way they want to, but it's the equivalent, as you know, flying at or driving at night with your lights off. I wouldn't do it, but just to let you know, when you see no GPS, that's the 411. So he does get tagged. He gets tagged several times. We'll show the video. We'll show the pictures. All right, please remember to like, subscribe, comment, leave questions. I'm eager to hear from you. Let's go to the next. Great, okay, thank you, welcome back. So who do we have here flying around? It looks like just a tourism coming in. Here's the contrast, there's the dragon. Very fast, very hard to see. That's why you gotta watch this on your computer. If you're watching it on your smartphone, I know a lot of you just don't have time to look on a computer. Maybe you don't have a PC, but with the contrast, and it's slowed down to 12%. I'm recording at 4K, 60 frames, Panasonic X1000. These going on every day. This is happening every day. Marina del Rey, California. Marina del Rey is infested with these UAPs. Infested. And I'll go into a theory in the next minute why I think I figured it out. Let's go to the next. Okay, here's a picture. Thank you. Here's a picture of the Jetty Rocks, Marina del Rey. So this is what I think is going on, why Marina del Rey is infested with these dragons. As you know, these the rocks, they mitigate, they attenuate the kinetic energy coming in so they don't flood the marina. Of course, all that kinetic energy has got to go somewhere, so it slams into the rocks. And what I believe is going on, the helium that's in the water is being charged, and you've got thousands of tons of ocean water per minute being charged. I think the dragons is extracting the electricity from this energy, and that's why because they hang around. These dragons fly in and out of the jetty rocks. We have video of government ships pulling up to the jetty rocks, dropping submarines right here at the rocks, looking around. The police, the Coast Guard are always circling these jetty rocks. This has got to be what's going on here. It's just tons and tons of electricity being generated. These UAP dragons know how to extract that electricity. See, just for that reason alone, we need to study these things so that we can have that knowledge. We need that knowledge. We need it for the future. So the answer is being given to us. I hope somebody is curious enough to look at this theory. But it's got to be. I mean, if these things are flying in and out of the jetty rocks right next to it, it's got to be the free electricity that's being generated. And theoretically, that this theory would be real. So other marinas with jetty rocks, if somebody took a camera and just recorded it, you might see dragons coming and going, especially if you look at the radar, see if the government is circling other jetty rocks in the country or around the world. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, great. I want to briefly touch about the size of these UAP dragons. You've heard me mention that they're 10 inches. So I based that on one lucky video, Lincoln Boulevard, 2018, 4500 Lincoln. I pulled out my camera and I caught 3 frames of these dragons coming down the parallel lines. And fortunately enough, he was very close to the brown ceramic insulators. Those are called the Thompson insulators. And those are being held by 4x4s. So if you try to estimate the size, we know the 4x4s are 4 inches. And so you use that and you compare it to the silhouette of the dragons. You know you're looking at about 10 inches. But then I found a photo of a Thompson brown insulator, and look at the dimensions, length and width, since it's circular, 10.5 inches. 10.5. So my theory, my guess of 10 inches looks like it's pretty close. I think we're dealing in flight. these UAP in flight are 10 inches. That's pretty accurate. I mean, it's until I get some help from really some NASA scientists, we're looking at 10 inches in flight. When they're parked, they're a lot smaller. It gets more complicated. If I tell you they're only 1 inch when they're parked, that's just going to be very hard for a lot of you to believe. But I do have video also. I do have video when they're parked and how big they are. But basically in flight, we're looking at 10 inches. Okay, let's go to the next. Super. Look at this very rare picture. Somebody just sent this to me. They took this in 2021. This is over the naval base in San Diego. If you're familiar with that, you'll probably recognize that tower. UAP just sitting in the air. And when you enlarge it, this is what we have here. That to me, that's not a UAP drone Dragon. That's a saucer. That's like a 30-foot saucer, 40 feet, 50 feet. I think you'd find that interesting because that image has been popping up. It's been around. It looks a lot like, if you're familiar with the Billy Myers case in Switzerland, contact from the Pleiades. That looks a lot like their ship. And the Billy Myers case started in the 70s. It may be worth checking out. Not to overload you with too much information, but yeah, this comes from a very good source, very high source. Yeah, 2021 Navy base San Diego. Great, let's go to the next. Okay, great. Here, let me tell you a little bit about my background, because people say, hey, you got to do a video and tell us about yourself, tell us about your camera setup. So a little bit about myself here. I opened my first mail order pharmacy in 1986 in Los Angeles, and I became a specialty pharmacy, which was unheard of then. And I specialized in infectious disease, antiviral, HIV care. And back in 86, I theorized that sulfur, because we had no medication to treat HIV, and I theorized that sulfur was the way to go. I went out on a limb, and so I started giving all my patients NAC, N-acetylcysteine, and I noticed that all of them were doing much, much better, and essentially all of them back in 86 that I gave NAC to are still alive today. And some papers were published in 2009 and proved my theory correct, that people who are on NAC did extremely well. So I just wanted to just share that with you. I know I know a little bit about pharmacy. I know something about science, and I know something about these UAP dragons. All right, I just wanted to share that with you. Let's go forward. Okay, great. Check this out, everyone. This is, even I'm shaking my head on this. The image of the week. So as you know, we have all these cameras on Mars snapping pictures. And I've been saying that eventually we are going to get a picture of a dragon. It's just probability mathematically. It's bound to happen in the next 5 years. So a few weeks ago, look what NASA released. We have a UAP in the background on Mars. People are baffled. They're like, what the heck is going on here? What is this thing? So I'll go out on a limb again. This is not necessarily a UAP ship, but this is most likely a UAP Dragon, just reconning. And they're reconning our cameras. They're just like, what's going on here? What kind of cameras you have? I'm surprised that it happened this soon. I thought, it would take 3, 4, 5 years. So this is what's going on. And I'll tell you what, we are going to get more pictures like this, unless they start to get filtered, unless maybe someone's going to get screamed at NASA. Why are you releasing these dragon pictures? Et cetera, et cetera. Until someone gets screamed at, maybe a few more will be released, and I'll show them. If I see them, I'll post it, I'll show them. But it's kind of exciting. I don't think we're wasting our time here with this research. It's the real deal. These UAPs, they have these drones, they're flying around, they're reconning everything, they're reconning Earth, they're reconning the other planets in the solar system. As you know now, Professor Avi at Harvard, he's saying they're reconning other planets. He's calling them dandelion seeds. But nevertheless, we're on the same page that we're being reconned. Great, let's go to the next. Okay, great. Here, so what we have here, we have the Edison helicopter coming in, circling circling a gigantic power plant on Venice Boulevard, West LA. Basically, as you know, I've repeated that they have these thermal cameras, and they just circle this massive power plant. And I'm sure the AI on these thermal cameras, they quickly read the plasma temperature on these transformers, and they ascertain very quickly if it's safe or critical. So they came in, they flew, and then did a circle, and they flew away. But now I have a theory. I have a theory here. So right there on the bottom, it says Culver City. And as you know, Culver City airspace is very easy video for these UAP Dragons. I think I figured out why it's so easy. These airliners, they fly right over the substation. Look how giant this substation is. It's massive. As soon as you fly over that thing, you're going to get reconned by a Dragon, a UAP Dragon. It's got to be the connection. There's just too much electricity down there. They charge up, and they fly straight up, and they recon the airliners. I think that's the connection here, among other reasons. This is one of the reasons. A lot of electricity down there. And look at that, Bologna Creek. Bologna Creek flows into Marina del Rey, just for what it's worth. It's an odd coincidence. A lot of science going on here. I can't figure it all out, but these are huge clues. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, here's a street view. I believe the address is 6000 Venice Boulevard of that power substation. It's lit, to the best of my knowledge, it's the largest one in the city. That's how much power is going through it. It's unbelievable. Probably that substation powers all of Los Angeles. So yeah, that's one of my theories here. These Dragons are just sitting there. You know, if I had a camera just pointed, you'd probably see these Dragons coming and going all day. I get the free time. Maybe I'll just go park there and record it. And here we go, right over the airliner, over the airspace in Culver City. We got some twin Dragons. Look at that. This is what's going on. This is going on. This is the easiest video to get. I could get 10, 20, 30 videos a day just by pointing my camera right there at the sky. And this would be true with any city, especially though in the city, just look for a power substation. And especially if it's over a runway in the sky, you'll get this Dragon video. This is what's going on. Okay, until the next video, thank you for watching. I'll do my best to post even better video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Bye-bye.